Hey, you guys. Welcome to the Shella D. Bridgman Show. This is Shella D. Bridgman, and this is my testimony. Hello, hello, hello. Happy day, happy day. It is November 19th. Getting on through the end of this year. It is also 6:10 p.m., and it is Tuesday. We're making it on through, you guys. Checking in with you today. So it's the evening. It's really, really, really dark. It's not late, but it's dark. Very, very interesting feeling. It's so funny, like I think about, okay, what am I going to talk to the people about today? I had a nap, so I'm starting to get ready for work, but did some stuff, took a nap, and here I am with you, doing my daily do. And the thing that's standing out for me today is, I think I told you guys that I was going to go today and get this storage room. Well, how do you say? Okay, so last night, this is a lot. All this stuff that's going on is a lot. And to make sure that I'm making the right choices, I continue to think about things and everything. But you know what's so funny? It is so good. And I remember saying to you guys, I almost called somebody. This stuff that I'm doing, all these decisions that I'm making, and the fact that I literally record the process, it is so helpful to me. And I believe it's helpful to someone else. I really do, because this is about life. And this is about the decision making process, being sure of the decisions that you make, trusting your gut. When you just have a little feeling like, I don't know. And it's important to have that. It's important to follow that, okay? Because it could be business, it could be a relationship, it could be a job. When something's telling you, trust it. That doesn't take 6 college degrees. That doesn't take you calling somebody. You see, I'm just talking to you. This doesn't take calling someone and asking their advice. This is about trusting yourself. And in life, when you can trust yourself, because what do they say? Man will disappoint you every time. But when you can trust yourself, you can go on out there. You can go out there and really do what you need to do. If you can trust yourself. So I'm really, like I said, I'm really being quiet at work. Worked with the guy that trained me last night. Shared some stuff with him about, my concerns about what's going on, about, how that whole thing went with me going to that interview, and how I could have possibly lost my job. And he said that was kind of not cool for me to not know that ahead of time. But like I said to him, it was cool for them to allow me to keep my job. So, trying to figure out where am I? Am I on the good people's list or the bad people's list, right? But what I came up with is, I may not know exactly, but I know that if they didn't want me there, I wouldn't be there. If they didn't want me there, I wouldn't be there, because that was the chance right there to not let me keep my job, and at work I'm very much to myself. And like I said, I met the guy yesterday, and we were just hanging out talking, and I didn't know him from Adam, and just how I felt comfortable, and how do you say, as women, you say I felt safe. You can feel when you can feel danger. You can feel danger. You can feel when something's wrong. And excuse me, like I was telling the guy last night, you can feel when you need to keep your guard up. And the guy that I met yesterday that I was talking to, I feel like I could let my guard down. With him last night, I shared some things with him, and I told him I feel like I can let my guard down, and I said that you don't confuse that feeling. You don't confuse that. That's what I'm saying. You don't need 6 college degrees. Oftentimes we don't trust ourselves, and we think, oh, maybe I'm, just imagining this. Maybe, but no, you're probably right. If you think, if you listen to all those shows, and the people say, look, I'm just gonna say women, and women say, I knew something was going on. I knew he was doing something. I knew he was seeing somebody else. It's something that you can feel. That's what they call a woman's intuition. And what do people often say? God gave that to us because we carried the babies. He gave us those instincts because we needed them. He gave us those instincts because we are, what do you say, the weaker sex. Now, you know what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. And a woman needs to be able to sense danger, because she's not, bench pressing 200 pounds and stuff like that. She needs to be able to know, do I go in here or not? You need to know whether you even need to go in there. Not how to strategize, how to survive a situation, but do you even go in there? And that's what God gave to us, because we don't have the big old muscles. Because we may not be able to fight what's in there. We may not be able to fight it off. So God gave us the instincts to know, just don't even go in there. So I say all that to say that last night, I'm doing the storage room thing. I'm really, this is all about doing what I believe I'm supposed to do, get things in order. And like I told the young lady that I met at the storage room that her and her guy, they were looking for a place, and I told her about my friend, and that he's from New Orleans, and that his friend, and I told her that the relevance of that is because they've had the I don't know, what do you call it, tornado. It's not a tornado, I can't think of what you call it, but the Katrina, where all that flooding, and people died, and people lost property and stuff like that. And so that's the significance of that. But I told her, I said, his friend told me that before I put my stuff in storage, know that you may not get it back. And I told her, I said, that was some valuable information, because I did lose most of that stuff. I did. And so so this storage thing is important. It is important, picking the right one. But so I made a beeline this morning to the place that was me, after giving it a second chance. And I said, okay, because I was going to give the guy, money to hold the unit, but I drove the long way. I went to the bank to get the money, and then I drove the long way to still be quiet and listen to what I felt. And I got there, and I went in, and it was how it was the first time when I was there. The guy, he wouldn't even make eye contact with me. And it was like he was too busy to help me. And it's I don't know. I'm from a different school. That you make eye contact with a person, you talk to them. If it's not a good time, it's not a good time. But yeah, that's what was happening. He was looking at the computer, and I was, I didn't make any comments, and I just said, oh, different things. I said, oh, you're busy. And he said, yeah, I have to make like 30 phone calls or 30 emails or something like that. And look, I'm just telling you the truth. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't. That's why I don't tell anybody I'm doing what I'm doing, right? They don't know. They don't know. But yeah, and then as I stood there, someone else came in, and he had to do a whole thing with answering questions about how to add payment information to the account so that he doesn't have to come in there and make the payment. And it was an older gentleman, and he was, he's very nice and stuff like that. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's not that he was not nice, but you have to know yourself, and I know what I require in order to be comfortable. I am an energy person, and if I feel whatever I feel is what is true to me. Okay? If I feel like I'm inconveniencing you, and just like he said, I need to be over here doing this. I need to make these calls, and I could feel that. That's what I felt. And so if I feel that, then I don't feel like I should take your time. And so he was telling me, I went, he was telling me what's important, accommodation, safety, and something else, right? He's telling me that's what should be important to me, and that he took the time. But see that it's just like when a person helps you and they say, I did all that stuff for you, and he's telling me, I took the time yesterday and I took you over there. Well, okay. I was supposed to be doing something else, and I took the time to take you over there. And you can feel that when that's how a person feels about it, then that's how you can feel that. Well, I can feel it. And so, and here's the kicker. The guy told me that I probably need some counseling, and what's going on with this thing? Told me that I probably need some counseling. He told me that was in his background, and that his wife, she is some kind of, I don't know if he's saying she's a doctor or something, but she does counseling. And so that's where he went. Just me and my little few words. I didn't say anything insulting. I just followed along with the process. And I told him that I said I kept my word. I said I came here this morning like I said I would. I don't know why this thing is making noise, you guys. What is it? What? I don't know why it's doing this, you guys. I have no idea. But oh gosh. Oh, it doesn't like my mouse. Okay, alright, fine. Okay. Let me disconnect this mouse. That's what's making the noise. I'm gonna take this out. I need it when I start the recording, but I don't need it now. But let me take it out so it can stop making this noise. Come on, thing. Come on. I'm wiggling it out. I'm trying to. Okay, there we go. Okay, no more noise. Okay, yeah. So and that's the thing about me. I've gone back to starting to make the recordings kind of after the fact, after I've done some things that I know I need to do, because I don't want to feel rushed. When I feel rushed, it's something totally different. Like to rush and make a recording, I need to do it at a time when I'm not going to be rushed, right? So I did what I needed to do, which was essentially, I just thought about it, I need to get some coffee. What I needed to do was iron out the storage thing. So and I didn't have anything else planned today. So, but yeah, so I'm standing there, and there's no place else that I need to be. I'm doing what I was supposed to do, which was the first thing in the morning, go to this place and give him this money. But I'm listening to this process and how this is going and how I feel. How I felt was that I was inconveniencing him. And so he went on to tell me that I probably need some counseling. That his background is in counseling. His wife does counseling. And I did not react, in an uncool way. I just listened to him. And so, yeah, it was interesting. And I was saying things to him like, so what I said to him was that the price was fine and I feel like my things would be safe there. But I told him that I slept on it and thought about the fact that that storage room, it's like a bunch of little storage room. The doors are small. The doors are small, so that means they're closer together, which means even though you drive up to them, you can't really drive up to it if your neighbor is there at the same time, or if any other person is in that area, because it's a small driveway to get around them. And if more than two people, if more than one person is there, it's going to be a problem. Put it like that. If more than one person is in that area, it's going to be a problem to get past them, or even to get to your unit to do whatever you need to do. It's going to be a problem because the doors of the units are so close together. So that was what I told him, is that safety, yes, whatever, but I could see that the fact that the doors were so close together that it could be a what I call it, traffic jamish. And I told him I was concerned with that. So I asked him again, did you have anything else that, I pointed to this kind of door that was in the front that could, that's more like that. If the door is bigger, then that means more space for you, because it's almost like the length of your car, so you can pull up to it. If there's more than one person, it's easier to maneuver, right? So he was, when a person is anxious, you can feel when a person is, when you're inconveniencing somebody, you can feel that. And that's what he was saying. See, so as we were talking, then the FedEx guy pulls up. Yeah, see, because I need to go do this, and I need to go do that. And I'm like, So yeah, the guy told me that I probably need counseling and stuff like that. And so I told him something about, and this is what I'm saying about why I make these, well, not why I make them, but it's good that I do. Because what I said in the recording yesterday, it helped me to understand that my thoughts are valid. Because if I listen to what other people tell me, I sound irrational. I sound like, like I have a problem, right? But when I listen to it, just like I said, my perception or my perspective is really different, in that if I knew that someone was going to all this trouble to move and move again and move again, I would say to myself, this is an opportunity to help somebody. This person needs help. This person needs help. Let me stop and do what I can to help this person, because it's not like they're not going to keep moving. They're not going to keep moving, but they need a place where they can feel comfortable, so they can stop this, right? That's what I would see it as. But he told me I needed counseling and all this stuff, and then it's funny how people, like what they feel. And look, I'm not trying to cast any stones, but for the way he is so confident about this facility, I thought the inside of the unit was going to be nice. and it's not. I was like, that was interesting, because the way the place is represented, it like it's such a cut above. Whereas in fact, the place that I'm renting from, the unit itself is nice. It has the metal walls, and it's actually nice. It's actually a clean facility and everything. It's just feeling like the people don't want me there, and how in the long run that can cost me. That's what I'm responding to. But yeah, so he told me, I probably need some counseling or something like that, and I was not insulted or anything, because, and I told him, I couldn't tell him that this is what I do every day, but I told him, I said, I literally play everything back. I literally play everything back, and I can hear what it is. I said, and trust me, I am on the right track. But yeah, I don't know how he really thinks that. And this is like relation. I see this as, because we're all living in the world together. But I'll just say it like this: we're all different. And this is just an example of how we see things so differently, and how we handle things so differently, and what our values are, and just how we go about doing things. That's why I didn't take it to heart, and I wasn't insulted. I just, in my mind, just said, wow, we are very different. That's what I took it as. But I didn't put the hurt on my back. I didn't take the insult. If somebody tells you to your face you need counseling, that is ample opportunity to be offended. It really is, but I wasn't. It was how I explained to this young lady. I said, it's kind of like getting married. I'd rather get out of the marriage in the first year than wait 17 years later. He's making noise. Yeah, I'd rather get out of the marriage in the first year, even though you go through all the trouble of the wedding and the this and the that, and consolidating your lives and all of what that means, and in front of your friends and family, and all of that, the commitment in your heart and everything, and signing the papers. I'd rather get out the first year than the 17th year. Because the 17th year, then it's a problem. Then that's a hard one. You get out in the first year, you can it's easier to recover. It's easier to recover. So that's what I was explaining to this young lady about. Even though this is something to move again, it's easier to do it now than to stay and wait. Then that would be a problem. Yeah, so what happened was I left there. No. So he was telling me, he said, yeah. He said, so when you come back, this is what I mean. I'm like, so you really think I'm coming back a third time? I went the second time really as a confirmation. Because you don't want to think that you missed an opportunity. You don't want to do that, right? Especially with all of this that I'm doing, you want to make sure that you're making right choices, right? So I really went as a confirmation to say, okay, is this what I think it is? Is this really not a good place for me? I want to confirm that this is not a good place for me, because I don't want to be missing out on something that I should be taking advantage of, right? So, but yeah, so he said to me, so when you come back and you're at the unit, and he said, and then, all this stuff happens, and then by 10 o'clock, when I finish, then we can sit down and have coffee. And I'm like, so again, not to cast stones, but it's interesting how he even after what he said to me, and he's missing the mark anyway. I don't want to have coffee with you. I don't want to. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in finding a place to put my stuff. That's really all I'm interested in. I don't want to have coffee with anybody. So for him to really think, what do they say? What did you get out of this? What he got out of this whole thing, me going back and forth, and this and that and this and that. What he got out of that is that I want to have coffee. That I need some personal time and attention. That's what he got out of it. That's what he got out of it. Not that it is what I said it is. That I'm concerned about the space and this and that. Not at all. He got out of the whole thing is that I want some personal time. So what he left me with was that he said, yeah, so when you come back and you rent the unit, and this is what our schedule is, I do this when I first come in, and this, the packages, and this, and that, and then by 10 o'clock, then we can sit down and have coffee. And then the guy that was in there working with him, he was like, yeah, and breakfast, and I'm looking, I'm perplexed, because I'm like, wow, you really don't get that I just want a unit to put my stuff in. You really don't get that. I don't have time to, I don't have time, and I'm really not interested. My personal and social life is really just that. I just want a place to put my stuff. So that's what happened there. That is what happened there. And again, I was focused on, how did you say, the observation and the understanding of what was happening, and not to be offended. Because once you're offended, you can't make any good decisions for yourself. So I was glad that I knew for sure that happened before I moved again. I was glad that it played out that way. And so I ended up going down the road. There was a place. It's a big sign. It's at the end of the road, and I went down there, and then I went. You can see the big sign, and then I went down the driveway. But you see like these condominiums or whatever they are, right? And I'm driving. I'm like, this is interesting. Well, where's the storage facility, right? And I kept going and past the condominiums or whatever they are, nice. Past those is the storage facility. And I'm like, what? The driveway. And I'm like, what? This is crazy, right? I went back there, and the place was so quiet, it looked like it was closed. It looked like it was closed. And listen. I get out of the car. It's early enough that my little guy he's not complaining too much, right? So I go in there, but listen, like I said, the place is so quiet that it looks like the office is closed, and where it's situated, you wonder, is this the right place, right? Because it's past these condominiums, right? So I open the door with hesitation. I open the door and I stick my head in, and the young lady sitting at the desk, she says, hi, with a big smile on her face. And I said, oh yeah. And I felt, and I told her, I said, you just made my day. I said, you just made my day. And then I, proceeded to tell her what the situation was. Is that I just came from a place, and I told her, I said, I told her how good that made me feel. How good that made me feel to be welcomed that way. And we talked about that, and she said, yeah, like how people tell her, like, that's oftentimes not the reception that they get, is that people are not welcoming to them. And so I told her, just briefly about experiences that I've had, and I told her, I said, when someone tells you that they're the best game in town, like you won't find anything better, I said, that's probably a sign that you will, And so everything I was telling her, I kept it brief, but she was stunned at the fact that I was telling her, like, wow, like people can really be that way. And I think that's a part of the point that I'm trying to make, you guys. Whoever you are in the Philippines, in India, or wherever you are, those of you that are in the U.S., everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is different, and just like they say, actually, that's one of my my publications is a walk in my shoes. You can't judge a person. What do they say? Don't judge a person unless you've walked a mile in their shoes. So decisions that people make, and even how people are treated, even how people are treated differently. So this is why this is my testimony. I'm sharing with you what happened to me. You may have never been treated this way before. You know? But yeah, this is how some other people are treated. So, went into this place. It's perfect. It's wonderful. The guy came in the room and the temperature changed a little bit. He asked if the young lady had helped me. And I'm standing like right there, and he asked that, and I said to him, I said, oh, we would really be in trouble if I was standing here and she just let me stand here, right? I said, we'd really be in trouble. But so we ended up, me and the guy, we ended up going out to the unit and looking at it, and it was really big. The price is more than what I want to spend, but everything is perfect. It's big enough that I could really spread everything out, because in these storage units, you start piling stuff. You start piling stuff on top of stuff to make good use of the space that you have, right? But this unit is big enough that I could actually just line my stuff up so that when I go in the unit, it's not so traumatic. And, me wondering what's really in that bag over there, that I could really space everything out. It's off the beaten path. You don't even know it's back there. And I told him, I said, the sign is misleading, because it seems like it's a storage place for your car or something. Because the way the sign reads, I said, and then it's behind these the living spaces. I said, I can only imagine how many people have turned around, and then like he said he's only been there for like 3 months. And he said that when he went for the interview, he said it navigated him way on a whole other street. So the place is hard to find. They don't have a lot of units available. They have the 2 units available. The one is too small, and the other one it's big, but that would be good for me. It's more than what I planned on spending, but I have the money. And so, that's what I was explaining to him, after we, went through everything. And I told him, I said, but that would be good. I said, because I sit there like, okay, should I go buy X? Like I said, you guys before, I've paid my bills off. I don't have any bills. I have a Netflix bill for like $6. I paid a little bit of money every month to wash my car, driving it through the machine. And so, I saved some money. I saved some, what do you say, spend some, save some, that sort of thing. But he was saying there's a wait list, but what he was really saying is that there's a lady there on the property that has 2 other units. He says she has 2 other units, and she put a hold on that one for the day. And I could feel his energy, but he says she has until the close of business to decide what she's going to do. So the 2 units are available. There's the really big one that she could take the 2 units that she has and consolidate them and put them in the really big one, or she could get a smaller one and then just have everything spread out. So, but he said that she has until the end of the day, 6 o'clock until the end of the day. So he didn't call me. So my plan is, and I told him, I said, I'm not going to go look anyplace else. I said, this is perfect. And I told him that, that's a conversation that I had with someone else, that, when people tell you that you can't have what you want, it's likely that you can. It's likely that you can. And that's what the guy was telling me. That's why he was saying you need some counseling. He said, because you can't, he said nothing's perfect. Like you can't have everything you want. And that place is pretty perfect. It's off the beaten path. It's way down there. He said the district manager lives on the property. The district manager lives on the property. And the price is more than what I had planned on spending, but how do you say money well spent? When you pay for exactly what you want, then it's a good thing. When you pay for something and it's not even what you want, I went through that with a ring I was gonna buy. When you spend money and it's not even exactly what you want, it kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth. When you spend money and you get exactly what you want, there's peace in that. There's peace in that. So he didn't call me today. I am going to go there tomorrow, as soon as I get off work, and we'll see from there. We'll see from there. But what I'm supposed to get, I'm gonna get. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. The bottom line is trust your gut. Trust your gut. The guy, it's almost like being in a relationship and a person, stop it. And a person, how they put on their good behavior, and sometimes, and I'm not saying that a person's a bad person, but everybody has what is normal for them, and it's like, when you're in a relationship with someone, that's why I say you should kind of have a probation relationship with someone, not give them, all of yourself. You get to know a person and give them a chance to show who they really are. But yeah, this guy, he took me over and did this and that, and the next day he was back to the other person that I had initially met. So I'm saying that when you feel something, trust it. When you feel something, trust it. Somebody might, turn something around and change their behavior for a day. Because everybody wants what they want, right? They want the sale, they want to fill the place up, they want the business, right? But then the next day he was back to the regular person that he is. And again, not we're all different. That kind of personality just doesn't work for me. I need a certain kind of customer service. I do. That works for me. I don't need to have coffee with you because I have a whole life. I don't need to have coffee with you, but I need to have certain customer service, and that's what the new place that maybe I'm going to be moving into. That's what I told the guy. I said, the place that I'm going to be moving out of, I said, I've been there for 7 days. I said, I said, and I said, I moved from a place that literally was not safe. It was not safe, so I didn't have a choice. I had to move from there. I said, so that's how I went ahead and took this place. I said, and the reason why I took it, I said when I walked in the place, I said they were looking down and to the side. I said they didn't greet me. And he said, wow. I said, yeah. I said that's how every step of the process has been. Not welcoming. I said, but I really needed a place, so I took it. I said, but now, and he got what I was saying. He said, you know it's going to come back to bite you. I told him, I said, now if I have 2 units, I said, I spent some money, right? I said, but I'm willing to cut my losses and get something else, because When a person, like I said, when a person wants to help you, they're going to help you. And when they don't, they're not going to. And it's just not, that's my stuff in there. That's my stuff in there. So I rather, before I, like I was saying, before I get involved in something else, I may need to start a project where, I may get into a business relationship with someone, or have a business opportunity where we're developing a new project or something. I don't need to be stopped from, that interrupted because the storage people, they're calling me, telling me, something, because they really don't want me there. They wanted my money, but they don't really want me there. So, yeah, that's what I was explaining to the guy today. The second people where I'm hoping this works out tomorrow, is that, yeah, they don't want me there. They wanted my money, but they don't really want me there. Well, they say now that they've got my money. So yeah, so that is what my day has been like. It's now almost 7 o'clock. I'm at the library that I really like, and it's really dark over here. The library itself is really nice, but I'm in the parking lot and it's really dark. So this is interesting, but it was closer to where I was at. Instead of driving way across town to go to the place where I usually go, where I'm always talking about somebody's walking around in the parking lot. Look, maybe that's what this was about. I don't know. This is, this is a different kind of neighborhood. There's no drama here. It's safe and stuff like that. So I tell you, everything happens for a reason. Yeah, so I'm in a different environment today. And that's about it. I'm gonna get a early jump today on this, this rushing. People don't understand. It seems like, why is she always rushing? Yesterday I had to pick up my medicine. It's a medicine that I have to take every day, right? And I had gone the day before. They didn't have it. They gave me 2 pills. They gave me 2 pills, and the medicine was supposed to come in yesterday. So I'm in there and I'm like, I need the medicine. They told me it's coming in. They're like, oh, this and that, like it was going to take them a while to put it together. I'm like, I got to go to work, right? And so I'm saying I got to go to work, but in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm rushing every night. I want to get there early. I want to, it's this whole thing. So they put it together for me, and then there was somebody in line. These kids, they have no regard for anybody's time. The guy, he's picking up his grandmother's his mother's medication, his grandfather's medication. They're standing there talking. They think it's funny. I'm the only person in line behind them, and they think it's funny. So the lady asked them, these are kids. The lady asked them, is she allergic to this medication? And the boy said, yeah. So that's the whole thing, because the pharmacist cannot give you medication, even though the stuff is packaged. It's in the bottle, it's in the bag, the instructions, everything. Everything is done. And she asked him, is your mother allergic to this medication? And he says yes. So that halts the whole process. I'm standing there trying to get my medication so I can go to work, right? So all of this, so it created me rushing again to work yesterday, where I was on time, but all is just unnecessary stuff, stuff happening to delay me. But yeah, so right now it is 7. Look, it's 7 o'clock and I have to be at work at 12, and I got to start now, right? So, and I do need to get me some coffee. That was what I thought about while I was talking to you guys. I need to go pick up some coffee, because I told you, I realized that the coffee at work is not good, and why even drink it? I know it's free, but why even drink it? I'm not gonna drink something or eat something that has a funny taste. I don't like that. I'm not that kind of person. So, but yeah, it's dark. This parking lot is dark. It's dark. It's not like the other place that I go to. Usually the parking lot is well lit. It's well lit, so there might be somebody walking by, at least you can see them. This is a place where it's a bunch of trees. It's, it's very different. But yeah, so that's my point, you guys. All of that, trust your gut. Trust your gut. I told the guy, I said told him I'd be there this morning and give him the deposit to hold the place for me for a couple days, and I went there directly after work. But like I said, because I still was checking with what the little voice inside of me was telling me, I drove the long way. I drove the long way. I didn't listen to the radio. I'm like, what do I feel? What do I feel? So when I walked in the office, I was not thinking about anything else that was bothering me or weighing on me. I was really open to, I'm walking into this, and what do I feel in regards to this situation? Because oftentimes too, you guys, when we have frustration, oftentimes it's not even about the situation that's in front of us, it's something else. So that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to make sure that I was judging that situation for what it was and not something else that I was frustrated about. So that's why I wasn't like, I cleared my head to make sure that I walked into it open and really focused on that, and I wasn't bringing anything with me. So that's what I was trying to do, and that was what I got. The man told me I needed counseling. He told me I needed counseling. He has no idea that that's an insult. And we're like the same age. I'm like 5 years older than him, right? He has no idea. This is just me talking about the world we live in. This man is of age, really of age, and he has no idea that he insulted me by telling me that I need counseling. And then for him to really believe that after saying that to me, that I would come back. And to be, for all of the honesty that I share with him about the people charging me money to cut the lock and everything, for all of what I've shared with him, the honesty of this process, for him to think that this is about me having time with him, and not that I really need a good storage unit. That he said, what he left me with, he said, and when you come back and get the unit, and then by 10 o'clock, he said, you get off work, you come on over here, you do your thing in the unit, and then by 10 o'clock, and I'll be finished with my stuff, and then we can have coffee. And I'm like, you think I want to have coffee with you? So we walked away with two totally different things. So, yeah. Oh, look, listen, you guys. Here I am. Look at me, 47 minutes. Listen, you guys. I love this. I love it. This is see how I can laugh and stuff? It's because I can sit here and focus on this. But listen to this. When I listened to the recording last night, I had gone to sleep. And I could hear myself, because I'm listening. I do it not when I'm doing something else. I do it so I can pay attention to, what I really said, right? And I heard myself say something about, and the part where I was talking about Reebok, you may not have even caught it. The part where I was talking about the Reebok, and I said something about, I'm going to see who shows up on Friday. And I said something about the Reebok slippers. That didn't have anything to do with anything. I was asleep. I had dozed off. And I'm like, oh, good. Because I'm telling you, I'm not for this editing. That's not a part of the process. This is a one-cut operation. What you get is what you're supposed to have. Okay, what you get is you're supposed to have. Now, when I made those mistakes sometimes, and like that one time when I recorded something, I was talking about something else, and I just went ahead and deleted it. Okay, it's like maybe, that's what I was supposed to do. But as far as, what do they say, laying it down on wax, this is it. There's no editing. What you get is what you get. What you get is what you're supposed to get, is what I believe this is about. And that's why I go back and listen to it, because it's spirit led. it's what I'm supposed to talk to you about. So yeah, I fell asleep last night when I was talking to you guys, and I said something about the part where I said something about, yeah, I was talking kind of low, and I said, yeah, I'm going to see who shows up on Friday. I'm going to see who shows up on Friday. And I said something about, yeah, some shoes. I said Reebok. Yeah, some Reebok slippers or something. And then I came back and I went on and I finished it. I finished the recording, and that's just funny. That's funny, but yeah. So that's it. That's my story, you guys. That's what I was supposed to talk to you about. And I check. I said, okay, is it this is not, and I say to you guys, full disclosure, and this is my testimony. This is my testimony. So yep, that was it. It's how do you say? It's presented as excuse me. It's presented as a storage room story, but it's really about trusting what your gut is telling you. That's what the message really is. It's presented as a storage room story, but it's really about trusting your intuition, trusting your instincts, trusting what your gut is telling you is happening or what you should do. That's what the message really is. And I tell you, that's good money. That's a message worth good money, okay? Because that's for everything. I'm telling you, that person that you're dating, they show up and for they show up and they're doing everything right and they're saying everything right, but something's telling you, I really don't feel I should take the next step with them. Something's telling you that. Something's telling you that there's something wrong. And we've all been there. We've all been there where that little voice is telling you, but there's something that they're not telling me. Like this right here, this opportunity seems like a good opportunity, but there's something they're not telling me. There's something I don't know. You got to trust that. You got to trust it. That's what the message is. It's not about the storage room. It's not about, all of it is about all of it is about following your gut. I told you when I walked, the place where I'm at right now, I told you when I walked in there, the people did not welcome me. But I got the unit because I had to, because I was moving out of a place that was not safe. So all of this is back and forth and down the street and everything. But I told you I'm a living sacrifice. And that's why it's my job. I slipped and said my job yesterday. This is my job. To share it with you. For you to learn from what I'm going through. So it seems insignificant. It seems like nothing. It seems like, she did this and she went to this place and that place. No. On the list of things in life, this is up there on the top of what you need to learn about life. To trust yourself, to trust your gut. It will save you everything. It will save your life. When your gut is telling you no, listen to it. And if you really are 100% women right now, look, we say right now because the men are going to find out too. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Like in my online class, that's one of the things I talk about is before something happens, or when you make that bad choice, put it like this. When you make that bad choice, before you even did it, something told you not to do it. Something told you not to do it. Whether it be the job, the relationship, or the place that you moved to, something, if it was a bad choice, something told you not to do it, but you did it anyway. That's what I'm talking about. You don't just make a bad choice. You don't just make a wrong choice. Something warns you. Look, I'm dating myself. Danger, danger, warning, warning. Something tells you before you make that decision. I'm moving around. That's why you're doing that. Something tells you. I'm making hand gestures. Looking, we're in the dark. Something tells you. Something warns you. Something in your heart, in your gut, sends you a warning that something's wrong before you make a bad decision. But oftentimes we override it because it's not convenient to go to another place. It's not convenient to end that relationship. It's not convenient to pass up this job because you need it. It's not convenient, so you do it anyway. But it ends up costing you. It's like I was saying about the guy that worked on my car. Like, he gave me some deals, but it ended up costing me. So it's like I can't go back to him anymore because I end up. What does the man say? You gonna pay on the front end or the back end? That's not who I am. The time of duplicating stuff or having to go back. I'm not the correction lady. I don't do corrections. I focus on not making mistakes. That really is who I am. I do not like to make mistakes. And I'm actually the queen of self-correction. Oftentimes, before somebody even finds out that I made a mistake, I've already corrected it. Because I check myself. So this is what this message is about. It's not about the storage rooms. It's about trusting the decisions that you make, that you know that you're making a good decision. If something is telling you don't do X, then don't do it. And the test, the self-test, is that you've already been through this before. Look at decisions that you made in your life that you would consider to be bad choices. Go back and look at that and think about, didn't something tell me not to do it before I did it? Didn't that little voice say, don't do it, and I did it anyway? This right here, this time, in the dark, in the parking lot, this was worth it. This was worth it. See, look, this is why I needed a nap. You see what I mean? No, this right here, I hope you get this. This is good. All of us, whoever we are, India, the Philippines, if you're in Turkey, wherever you are, every single one of us, before you made that wrong decision, something told you not to do it, and you did it anyway. Not you, but you know. You made the decision. Before you made the wrong decision, something told you not to do it, and you did it anyway. This is what we're talking about. This is the message. On that note, I thank you. I love you. I mean it. I mean it. We're closing this year out. This was a good one. I'm so happy. I'm so pleased. Value. This is value. This is value. Okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for your time today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.